Hey folks, Coach Lonnie here, and today I'm going to show you a different way to wrap your hands. This one is often referred to as the Thai style hand wrap, which I actually learned many years ago in Thailand, and I'm going to show you guys that today. So let me I'm going to pull the camera down here a little bit, see if we can get a good look. So we're not going to use the thumb loop on the thumb for this wrap. The way that we're going to do it is we're going to take it and put it on our index finger, and we're going to start that way. The important thing to remember though is anytime that you're doing a hand wrap, whenever I'm going from the knuckles to the wrist, I'm always going to go from between the index finger and the thumb in that direction. And anytime that I'm going to go from the wrist to the knuckles, I'm going to go from this part of the thumb. It creates a really good base. So let's keep that in mind for a little bit later. So now what I'm going to do is I have the thumb loop on my index finger, is I'm going to sort of open my hand wide a little bit, and I'm going to do about 1, 2, 3, 4. I like to do 5 times around. All right, and now what we're going to do is we're going to gently slide that off. We're going to fold it in half, which creates a really good knuckle pad, as you guys can see here. Now, a big common mistake that people make when they do their hand wraps is they wrap right over top of the knuckles. And the problem with that is if I make a fist and turn, you can now see my knuckles. So what I want to do first is I want to take that pad and I want to slide it almost to the second row of knuckles. So that's going to really ensure that my knuckles are covered. Now, this part is where it gets a little bit tricky. You have to have a little finesse. Is I'm going to go over top, 1, slide my thumb out, and now I'm going to create that nice pad. Okay, that's going to go readjust a little bit. Now from here, I'm going to pull my sleeve up a little bit, and I'm going to remember, I'm going to go from the knuckles to the wrist. So I'm going to go to the back of the hand. I'm going to go 1, pull it a little bit tight as we go down. Here's the key. As I go over top, then I'm going to tighten. I go over top, then I'm going to tighten. Now from here, I readjust the pad a little bit. Again, I'm going to go from the thumb up into the pinky. And now this hand wrap is a little bit more time consuming because of this step. So I go between the pinky. Now I'm going to go, as I open it up here, I'm going to slide my entire hand wrap through that whole inside section. Pull through. Now I have these hand wraps with this gigantic Velcro, which I don't particularly care for, but we do what we have. Now from here, I go towards, again, I'm going to go to the knuckles, from the knuckles to the wrist, and I'm going to go to the back of the hand. I'm going to pull this a little bit tight to create some good wrist protection. Up from the thumb, between the middle finger and the ring finger. Again, since we're going Thai style, we're going all the way through. As you guys can see, I pull this whole thing through here as I come all the way through. Now, again, from the knuckles to the wrist, I'm going between my index finger and my thumb. Again, here's where I want to pull tight. I let it go loose, pull, wrap, pull, wrap. Now, the last knuckle, I go from the thumb up into the index finger and the middle finger. This one is a little bit more tricky because there's a whole lot less room to pull this last part through, as you guys can see. And with this big bulky Velcro strap, it doesn't make for easy work. Again, we're going from the knuckles to the wrist. So what I want to do now is go from the, and here's a lot of people make mistake here, is that they will actually go from here and they'll start to clean up. The point is one, now when I put my hand inside my glove, the whole wrap doesn't go back. Everything here is staying in place no matter what I do with my hand, okay? This is not as pretty as I'd like for it to be, but it gets the job done. Now, with all this extra slack, now this is where I'm gonna finish on the wrist. I'm gonna go a little bit higher on the wrist from here, pull, wrap, pull. Somehow I've gotten backwards, no big deal. We just flip it, pull, and now I make my wrist lock. Okay, so a couple things here. Number 1, every single knuckle is covered. Number 2, I have nothing on the inside of this palm to inhibit my ability to make a fist. The other downfall about this hand wrap is that there is no thumb protection, but that's okay. If you guys are hitting stuff and doing light sparring, it shouldn't be that big of an issue. Give this wrap a shot, and I think that you guys will like it a whole lot better. The integrity of the wrap will stay in place throughout an entire class, and let me know what you think.